natural phenomena. It's an electroacoustic phenomena. And that's what that shit's for. The trouble starts when you start elevating the floor, and then everything needs to sound like a CD. And what happens in a CD or an album, or I don't even know what to call them anymore.
Tape cassette.
A tape cassette on a cassette. To where like the ambiance is artificial. You're no longer using the actual room you're in. You're kind of maybe start like the way they start a sound check. Give me bass drum, give me snare. So it's like you're starting with this like ooh, ksh, ooh, ksh, like it's like so loud, and then you like verb it up to make it sound like you're in some sort of canyon of steel
in space.
And then everything just goes to shit inevitably.
It gets muddy really fast.
Yeah, and like when was the last time you were at a rock show and you could hear what the person is saying? I could never. I must have seen like I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 bands opening for us. I can never understand the words.
Really?
Like because it's impossible. Because when somebody's playing a crash and there's like electric guitar, like those digital electric guitars, and then somebody's singing, you can't really.
Dude, when was the last time you were in a musical situation? From a guy playing guitar and singing to a rock band, and you're like, oh my God, I wish it was louder.
I can barely hear it in this venue.
This makes no sense.
Yeah, well, people are very stupid. Yeah. I feel bad for sound people, though. I mean, they really...
It's one of the worst jobs.
It was... Yeah, anything in the venue is one of the worst jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the whole venue industry is just...
So it's just nowhere to...
It's just saints. They're only open to make people like us be able to work like once a year when we pass through.
Yeah, but think about it. It's like you work there, you barely make any money, but your whole night is gone, right? Usually you have to listen to shit music, but even if you don't mind that, it's you don't make any money, all your time is gone, and there is no prospect for advancing and making more money in the future.
Yeah,
it's like it's a very tough job, and everybody is annoyed at you all the time too.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons, they want more stuff in the wage and not less, but still.
Yeah. Well, this new, I wonder if they feel better now that they all have the iPads. When they're like the wireless sound guy. I mean,
it's a little bit easier, it looks like.
Yeah, it feels like at least now they're not tied to that thing like a medieval slave.
Oh, but they have to stand there the entire time and
man the station.
At least we can be on their phones, dude.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a time where some people weren't on their phones the entire time when you're playing?
I can't imagine it now. I feel like they're playing Angry Birds at a different, just scrolling through.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They have to.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you be on your phone if you were a sound guy?
I'm on my phone, like, if I'm not a sound guy, too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Literally, the show, I feel like, is saving, like, the remaining 5% of my brain because I don't
get to play
on my phone.
Yeah, get to play.
It's like really the only time now in the day that I'm not on my phone that I'm asleep.
For that long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. Our opener, like, he wasn't there last night. He quit music now, but he was with us for 30 what? 30
for a year.
Well, yeah, for the last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a very gradual descent into not giving a shit. But at the last couple of shows, he was texting from stage.
Oh, wow.
And he thought, like, just checking his messages and stuff, blah, 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 like on the amp. And I was like, wow, like everybody notices.
Yeah.
It's like people are I'm so sensitive to that.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
It's like, like somebody on stage texting.
There's not a lot of things that are as unattractive as seeing somebody on their phone.
Actually,
at all time.
There's one move that's the most unattractive. If you go to like an open mic or even a show now, like a jazz show when people read charts off iPads, I literally want to go there and like smash, like with a hammer, smash the iPad, smash the person. But people reading, like I went to an open mic, when people read poetry off the phone, right?
It's like the whole time.
Yeah. It's like, bitch, if you can't memorize 5 lines, you don't deserve a voice in this world.
Even in an open mic.
Dude, like you literally don't have space in an open
mic. Well, as
mic.
well as the thing I was saying, that some people don't understand when we're on stage, you get the spotlight and you need to act accordingly.
Yeah.
You can't...
People are not stupid, man. It's like people that will trust you with their attention. Mm-hmm. Attention, it's like it's the most precious thing you have.
Like if
know?
you look at your phone, I would look at my phone, basically.
Yeah, it's like literally it's like Buddha box.
Yeah, Buddha box, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very disgusting to look at,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, we have the same problem, obviously. We're also addicted.
No, but again, I wouldn't check my phone.
Yeah,
So,
on stage. It's such a bad move.
yeah. It's imagining that people are so stupid that they don't notice the things you do. It's like people are so smart.
Yeah.
Like, people, well, not in a lot, but in that way. Like, in everything that has to do with subconscious, like triggering, like the way they perceive you, like the way you judge people is immediate and brutal, even whether you know it or not, right? So if you're looking on a stage, you're constantly reacting to a person because you have these mechanisms that are not gonna accept bullshit from a bullshitter, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many people trying to sing songs, but then you see a guy like Johnny Cash, and it's like, holy shit, right? It's like it's so strong, and it's so powerful, and it's authentic, and it's a truth teller, right? And you have these, and I think he actually was like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that it carries through, but you got to ask yourself questions like, how? How do you make these judgments about one person and a completely different set of, from another that might not sound so different? Right?
Yeah.
Maybe not as good, obviously, but it's not just the merit of their singing. It's how you carry yourself, it's how you present yourself. So these things make a huge impact. And a lot of people are either insecure, or that's one side of something that makes it not sell, or fake, or whatever, fake humble. They about that. That's like ironic in their presentation.
Like, hey, I'm in the spotlight, but like, look.
It's like nobody.
Yeah, like
does
being
that.
silly.
We don't
yuck.
want it. It's like, we give our attention like
Some
to
people
one
do
person
for
tonight.
some reason.
And
this
it's like
generation.
you look for everybody gives you a chance. That's the thing, except for extremely stupid bitches like this. We've seen.
But even
we've seen people. No, it's not true. They probably would give their attention to something, to some EDM or Justin Bieber. I don't know who after. I need to learn.
But even when you
Justin
see it in
Bieber
the shows,
now.
like we don't do the shows really anymore. But when we play to people that are not our audience, it's like a lot of people would give us their attention at least for a few songs, before the brain burns.
My favorite thing is when we play a lot for our audience now, but before we used to play a ton of bars, and we used to have like brohos at the bars, and like my favorite is playing for the broho, and like the first minute of the first song, the first guitar solo, they're like, yeah, because it's like exciting to have guitar, and then they realize like, oh my god, he's gonna keep going. It's all guitar? Wait a second. It's not a song, it's just solos. And they have to go away. Like the shift between enthusiasm to absolute horror. It's amazing.
It's so weird what happens to people, because we did some high school clinics. We usually don't do them. We usually do colleges. But the high school kids are just so into the music.
Girls too.
Yeah, like everybody is. Like it doesn't matter, girls or guys, in high school. If anything, I feel like the girls are a little bit more into it because they're a little bit more, have more sense, at this age. But something happens like a few years later, but it completely shifts.
Yeah, it's
and
very
it becomes
bizarre.
like a sausage party. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Because it's not like that when people are young.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
A
happens.
little bit open-minded or something.
Yeah.
A little more, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe there's a weird shit happening in the USA. Like, first time you get gangbanged at a frat party, they're like blasting Fusion like a Clockwork Orange. It's like Weather Report. You're like, no. Like Birdland's playing. It's like, I hate Fusion now.
Well, I just think it's probably like a muscle that if you don't use it, it dies, right?
Yeah,
and it's just people don't get exposed to this kind of music when they're young, and if you don't get exposed to it when you're young, you will never get it.
So
basically,
your theory is that all these high school clinics now, these girls love Fusion for life?
some of them will. We saw some of them in our shows like years later.
I hope you're right.
Nice.
It's just, again, I'm not sure it's enough to do one show, and I'm also not sure it's enough to, like, Marbin is enough, right? Because you have to have a few things, but we did see some people in our shows that saw us in in a high school.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Well, it just shows you how long we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you
I
guys
like my theory better.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey baby, how about another 10 Bud Lights?
So anyway, when did you guys first get what's his name, John, the bass player? Because he's been playing with
4 years.
You know how Danny found John?
How?
John doesn't even know.
John.
I was looking for bass players, and just bass players fucking suck, dude. If you're a bass player, dude, do yourself a fucking favor and practice like for a week, and you're gonna be so much better than everybody else. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like learn how to play a blues.
When we auditioned some people that got lost on the blues.
And it's like, dude, you just paid $200,000 to go to jazz school.
Wow.
It's like you
They
should.
really teach the blues.
Yeah, we should really teach you that it goes to the full after 4 measures.
Yeah, I was
Because,
very
oh my
surprised,
god.
like after 4 measures not going to the 4, it's like, okay, wow, this is a whole other kind of experience.
No, but for real, the level of bass player, jazz bass player, is just, it's so low. Like, you wouldn't expect it on any other instrument.
Yeah.
And it's like all they learn in jazz school for 4 years, if you're a bass player, you learn how to fake it, which means to play the worst shit without flinching.
And think that nobody notices.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Basically, what we teach in jazz school is like, hey, nobody can hear bass.
Yeah. Wait a second. Do you bear the mark of the brotherhood? Do you have
A bass tattoo.
A bass clef? Well, I mean.
Do you have one? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have one.
All the bass
You
players have
one,
it.
right?
A bass player?
No, a bass clef tattoo.
Oh, no, I do not. No.
Are you for
Whoa,
real?
I do not, no, yeah.
Are you for real? You're the only one.
Yeah, I mean, I probably should. I started on
No.
bass clef. I mean, I played trombone.
Okay.
When I grew up.
Anyway,
I could merit it, but I don't have one.
anyway, the way I found John, so I was looking for Facebook algorithm. I was looking for bass players in Chicago, and I looked at everybody's profile pictures, and everybody that looked like they might play fusion, I messaged them,
Your profile.
and I asked if they wanna, if they wanna audition, basically.
So,
And John was one of those people.
Yeah.
I messaged like 1 million
it's like,
people.
babe, you have a face for fusion.
He's
Like a
"You're right."
30s agent, like a Hollywood.
Yeah, and I was right. So,
Yeah.
well, I was right enough.
Well, yeah, he kills it up there. It seems
Yeah.
like you guys are a pretty solid little core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
so
definitely
happy with
pressuring him though. He would tell you that too.
Yeah. A lot of musicians start off like a piece of coal, and they can become diamonds provided enough pressure.
And that's what you're dealing with.
Well, he would tell you the same thing. He wasn't really ready for the gig, but we were in a weird situation back in the day, and we really needed somebody ASAP. So it
Was
worked.
he doing anything serious before this, or not really?
No, he had his high school rock band, and he was on a cruise. Again, he went to jazz school,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
he was out of jazz school teaching guitar part time, I think,
Yeah.
like in the suburbs.
Yeah.
So
In Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
suburbs.
Yeah. The verbs.
Yeah, the suburb was from like Buffalo Grove.
Yeah, Buffalo Grove.
And yeah, I think Everett really meshes with you guys.
Oh, my God.
Very well. Like
That's-
I
that's
mean,
a
last
good
year was
find.
awesome, but with him now, it's just like
It's so much.
Yeah, you can't fake it with a drummer.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
very different kind of story.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's,
definitely.
it's like having a heart transplant.
Our drummer was very talented, but he had he didn't have the right mechanism to get better. If it makes sense. So you could
Stylistically, it's not good.
he could make stuff sound like when he played the stuff he played. He could make it sound good to a point. I think when you saw us last year, he was already on his way down. He actually got worse from touring, which usually doesn't happen.
It happens sometimes. It's rare.
But he just didn't have a mechanism to get better. So with all his talent, he was kind of stuck in a lot of places that are unforgiving when it comes to fusion. Right? It's like in different bands, maybe you could work something out, but with our band, it's like your weaknesses are exposed on a daily basis.
Yeah, and we talk about them too. So it's like, if like it's not this kind of situation where you can play weird things and nobody tells
It's
you.
not a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
When you mess up daily, like I have a rule that I never tell somebody the first time we mess something up, because I'm gonna give them a day or two
Yeah.
to fix it. But then I tell them, and if you mess up the same place every day for like 70, 100, 150 shows, when I start to lose my shit,
Yeah.
and then
That's
it's not a good time.
Yeah, I think most people just don't play so much to get to these places with people.
Yeah.
Right? And we just do more playing than basically everybody we know.
Do you guys practice a lot when you guys
Never.